All right, everybody, welcome back into Average Joe Sports Talk, our weekly high school football review show. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've been waiting for this show. Look at the smile on this gentleman's face to my right.
Oh, man.
Gadsden City.
Man, oh, man. They pulled it out this week, finally.
Man, look at this, 31-24 over Florence. Tell me a little bit about that magic, Reggie. What happened? What was different?
The first thing, I did not attend that game.
There it is.
There it is. I did not attend that game.
We found a solution to all their trouble. Reggie is blacklisted.
I mean, last week they scored 3 touchdowns after I leave, and then they win. But yeah, they fell down early in that game. They were down 21-0 in the first quarter, and I was just, I was getting Twitter updates while I was unpacking, and I was like, oh man, here we go, But in the second half, they just, actually before the first half was over, they pulled within a touchdown, and in the second half defense forced some turnovers. Jamari Boston picked up a fumble return and returned it for a touchdown, and that put them up 28-24. And I was like, okay, we're in business.
He was texting us the whole time, like, look. We were pulling for him. The one takeaway I want to say from this game, the one thing Reggie said all year, is they haven't quit.
They haven't.
How do you get down 21-0 again this season, the way this season's going, and fight out of that hole?
Yeah.
Mad props.
And Coach Sessions, in his interview with the Gadsden Times, he stated, he said, he gave props to the players and the coaches because considering the season that they're having and the way people have turned on them, they left games early. Those kids still go out there and fight, and they don't give up, and that's a great quality. For them, and that just shows you what Coach Sessions is doing. He's instilling, the character education program's working. So yeah, those kids. I give my hats off to them. DeMarcus Macon, quarterback, 13 for 20, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Javonte Woods, 23 carries, 108 yards and a touchdown. I mean, they went out big on the senior night.
Now, Reggie, tell them something else you told us earlier this week about when the report cards came out. I mean, that's very impressive.
Report cards came out Thursday. Gadsden City had 32 players make the A and B honor roll. I think out of that 32, I think 10 or 12 of them were all A's. So that's amazing. Those guys are doing it on the field and in the classroom. So
that is straight up amazing.
Yeah.
Doing it the right way.
Yep.
Reggie, congrats.
Yes.
Congrats. I'm excited for him.
I would not be going to any more games.
This man's such a fan, he's willing to sacrifice watching them play.
Yeah.
Big chest Fred in Florida. Oh, yeah. Nope, never again. He's never going with us again. Shannon, let's talk a little bit about the Etowah Douglas. The Douglas Eagles, baby. I mean, we've been talking about them all year. They're very popular on this show.
The first time in I think 2.5 years I didn't attend an Etowah game.
Wow.
And it was homecoming. My 3 kids have mono, so that's why we did not go.
We're going to give you a pass.
Yeah. But I did listen to it on the radio. Truth had a really good game, threw 4 touchdown passes, 4 different kids. Got ugly early, got the JV in there, got them some good reps. Get ready, came out relatively healthy, getting ready for Alexandria, big showdown this weekend. Just did what they were supposed to do and moved on to next week.
That's everybody got out healthy, nobody injured?
Defense showed up. Of course we knew they would. They show up every week. But and I feel like we kind of sweep them under the rug a little bit, the defense, but they do their job every single week. And it's when we're talking about them giving up 14 points and having an off week a couple weeks ago, that's a pretty good thing for a defense. But now we get into the meat and potatoes of the season. These next 2 weeks going to be super fun in this region, this area. It's going to be fun to watch, man.
Everybody's ready to. I mean, even talking to Coach up here at Boaz, and everybody's ready. We held stuff back, and we're ready to go.
Yeah.
This is the time we're going to lay it all on the line.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good matchups in the next 2 weeks.
Well, 1 seed's still up for grab in this area. Obviously 2, 3, and 4. Everything's still up there.
Everything is still up. Same way with Gadsden City. They have a slight chance of still making the playoffs if they win these next 2 games. They need some help from some other teams, but I mean, it's possible. So it's that time of the year. Every game really counts.
Get it. A win like that, man, turn the season around and get it rolling.
The thing is, these next 2 games are winnable for them. Grissom and Huntsville, they're winnable games. So we'll see what happens.
Well, another game I got to attend was the Boaz Pirates and Sardis Lions. Very, very fun game to go see. We featured our Player of the Week, which is that guy's unbelievable. Christian Collins, he's absolutely unbelievable. He had 200 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns. And the thing about it is and you know, you've seen them. I'm pretty sure you've seen Sardis play.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is not a slouch.
No,
They gave up 12 true points to Etowah.
Yeah.
I mean, Etowah scored 30-something because of defense, but offensively, they held us at bay.
They're a scrappy, physical bunch, and picture how they play people, and then put it in a rivalry game.
Mm-hmm.
How amped they was to play Boaz. First time ever they had 3-game winning streak, and if they'd have won this game, it would have been the longest winning streak ever in Boaz history, in that rivalry on the Sardis end.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, they had the work cut out for them, and it was at Sardis. Very physical game. I think we talked to Coach. They ran the football 68 out of 69 plays.
Threw the ball one time.
Yeah,
Threw the ball one
69
time.
plays.
And I'm talking about
That's-
north and south. You know, they lined up a lot in the gun. Collins lined up a lot at quarterback. He lined up at a basically like a wingback position from the side. Then he lined up in standard tailback position. They moved him around. They used him in different areas. But you knew who was going to take the majority of the time.
Oh, yeah.
What's the other kid's name? Ramsey?
Riley Ramsey.
Riley Ramsey, another huge game. He had 118 yards. The first game they've really featured him a lot in. And probably, and I'm not even saying this jokingly, like probably the biggest trucking of a player I've ever seen in high school football. He hit this dude, I swear, he didn't even break stride. In open field, lowered his head. He didn't even straight through him ain't even the word. Like he didn't even slow him down. Like he straight truck stick on PlayStation times 10.
I was gonna say a PlayStation type.
Bro, it was nasty, dude. And then took off. And then I think number 2 for Sardis, can't remember the guy's name, but he jumps on cowboy collar and he carries him another 10 yards, and they finally get him down inside the 5.
Wow.
And then Collins walks in the end zone after that. So
Big game for them coming up
big
against
game.
Southside.
Yeah.
That's
Speaking of Southside, Reggie, hit on that one for us.
Southside, huge win for those guys. Coach Daughtery and the guys at Southside, they had Alexandria come to Barney Hood, and they turned it up, and they knocked Alexandria off 35-14. Southside's defense, which I've said all season, they've been legit. I've seen Southside play a couple times, and their defense stepped up pretty big. They forced 4 turnovers in that game, and that was the difference.
My man Colton Morrison got a pick.
Yep. Cat Bothwell, 15 carries, 90 yards, and he had 1 reception for a touchdown, 44 yards. So Southside seems to be clicking at a pretty good time right now. So
Yeah, and the thing about that is they're still alive for the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're in. I think they're in.
Now it's just
it's
about
just
seeding.
seeding.
Yeah. So can you imagine that from where they started to
This game this weekend, Southside Boaz is.
It's huge.
I mean, they want for Southside, kind of weird thing. They'll be cheering for Etowah this weekend to beat Alexandria to help them out some. But
yeah.
it's fun. It's about to get a lot really fun.
Woods, I
around
want you
here.
to touch on the game, Mr. Darren Meantime.
He had a killer.
Okay, he had 401 yards on 17 carries. Let me, for our people that watch our show, let me tell you what happened. He carried the ball one possession in the second half that went for a 60-something yard touchdown.
So he had 340 in the
At
first
halftime.
half. Yeah, that's crazy.
Second half, they get the ball. He touches it, one play, scores, and they take him out of the game.
Yeah, that's our guy, Darian Mead, right there.
So 401 yards in basically a half and a series of football.
Yeah. Wow, that's
Let me touch that.
and I don't.
I don't know how many
think-
touchdowns he had.
I don't.
I know he had 3
2 or 3.
massive, like over 40 to 50 yarders. I know that's
cool,
man.
man.
179 yarder I got sent to.
I don't see how he's not getting more attention from around the state. From the bigger newspapers, and whatnot. But
He and Collins.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'll tell you what,
I mean-
the Jacksonville's and all them need to start looking in this area. You don't have to go too far from home
No,
if you're Jacksonville
no,
to
no.
find great talent.
We
It's
got it
right
right
here.
here.
It's
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Yep, you got players like Collins and Meads. I mean, they will fit right in with that Jacksonville offense.
They could, I mean, both of those guys are terrible.
Yeah.
Meade having another year. What is this guy going to look like next year?
Man,
I mean, that's just got cartoon numbers. As far as around here, that's pretty much the state. Another huge one around the state that we seen was the Mountain Brook Hewitt Trustful. That was a bit of an upset considering.
Yeah.
I mean, 20-17. Now you have what? 1, 2, 3. Is it 4 teams with 1 loss in that region?
I think so.
So you talk about a nightmare.
That's about to be. That's
Or there's 3 teams. No, they're still undefeated. So
yeah. They're still. They're the only.
Hoover will beat them. I promise you that. Hoover will beat them.
That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a dogfight. Mountain Brook, from what I read, they went old school and they just ran it down Trustful's throat all night. I can't remember how many rushing yards they had, but they went old school with it and kept Trustful's offense off the field.
Yeah,
and that's the way to beat them.
Probably frustrated them.
Yeah.
See, Hoover plays into their hands because they try to go up down the field.
Yeah.
They try to outscore everybody.
Yeah.
Thompson squeaked one out, and they were trailing the majority of the
Big
game.
Yeah, they did.
And they squeaked it out the very end. Your boys, Miguel Tulin, lost the first time in how long?
That was their first region loss since 2015.
Could you imagine that, dude?
Yeah.
Since 2015, first region loss.
Yeah. So
That
yeah.
sounds like me on NCAA back when we had it.
I still have it.
Do you?
You know, you still get updates on that.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
online, you can still play.
Yeah.
Someone told me that day I'm going to go get it.
Oh yeah, I've got. Well, the last update I've got, I actually have Jalen Hurts on the Alabama roster.
That's cool.
So yeah,
You have to
he
pay
was a
for the
freshman.
updates, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's cool. Sorry.
pretty good.
That was a little
All right,
tangent.
guys, we ran a little bit long with this one, but we're going to shut it down. Guys, if you have other teams you want us to feature, please hit it in the comments. Please reach out to us, message us, however you want to do it. Twitter, we're on Twitter now. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. All facets you can hit us up on. Obviously, comment on the YouTube video. We're going to go ahead and shut this section down. You guys got anything else? Nope. We're going to be hitting our preview show Wednesday night. It'll be up Thursday. Looking forward to seeing you guys. It's Average Joe Sports Talk. Good night.